Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us here this afternoon. My name is Robert Garcia. I'm the mayor of Long Beach, and we're really here to just give some really great news and an update on our migrant shelter. We are very proud to announce today that all 1,538 kids have left our migrant shelter and have been, of course, unified with family or sponsors. As of this morning, there are no children actually left here at the shelter who are awaiting reunification. We could not be more proud to know that as a city, we played a part of a much broader mission to ensure that these children had dignity, had health care, had access to food, had access to education, and most importantly, would be reunified with their family. The average stay of a child here at the shelter was 19 days. And it is such a feeling of just hope and love, I think, that I feel. I know that our friends feel here as well, who you're going to hear from in a minute, that have been really focused on, most importantly, the care of these kids. I want to start by giving a couple thank yous, and I'm going to ask Bill Doon from UCLA Health to say a few words, and also from Ilana Johansson Mendez, who is from Immigrant Defenders, who also is going to say a few words. But I do need to start by just more broadly. I want to thank President Biden and the Biden administration, Secretary Becerra, who of course visited this shelter just weeks ago, a couple months ago, and most importantly, the incredibly dedicated team here that have been here every single day working on reunifying these children. And that includes social workers, educators, the Office of Refugee Resettlement, which are doing incredible work, the incredible civil rights attorneys that were here, everyone from the folks cooking the food to organizing the volunteers, just a huge, huge thank you. Also want to thank, this would not have been possible without our city team. I know that our city manager, our assistant city manager, Linda Tatum, I know has been the point person for the city. Just thank you for your incredible work. And our partners at the Convention Center. This would not have been possible without the facility team and the Hyatt and the Westin in particular for assisting. We know and are proud that every single child here received great health care from UCLA Health, and each also received incredible support from a team of attorneys from Immigrant Defenders. I want to begin by turning over to say a few words to Bill Doon, who is the Administrative Director at UCLA Health. Since day one, they have been on site providing health care for these children. I mean, kids that were over 12 and eligible received their vaccines. They had for COVID, they had care 24 hours a day, doctors on site, nurses on site, and UCLA set up essentially a field hospital here at the center. So, and with that, I want to have Bill say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is truly an honor to be here today. And on behalf of all of our clinical team, our doctors, our nurses, our support teams at UCLA Health, and in coordination with UC Irvine Health, the Orthopedic Institute for Children in Los Angeles, and also the Children's Hospital of Orange County, it has been an honor to support this particular mission. Since April 22nd, when this facility opened, our clinical care teams have been here to take care of every single child 24/7, providing intake and baseline medical exams, urgent care visits, COVID testing, and wraparound services. And we've treated everything from bumps and bruises to more serious acute conditions that required additional care at our medical centers, and most of all, lots of psychological support and encouragement for these children. But most importantly, our over 200 clinicians that were here provided love and care for these children. Many of them had very difficult journeys just to get to the United States. And at the end of the day, the most important thing for us to remember was that they were children, and that they needed love and care and compassion. Hopefully, we've given them a strong foundation, both in their physical and mental health, as they move forward in the next steps of their journey. We are inspired every day at the incredible resilience of these particular children, and grateful that so many of them were directly reunified with their families. We especially want to thank all of our partners here at the shelter. As the mayor mentioned, all of our partners from social workers to case managers, youth care workers, all of the contractors, the HHS team, but especially in the medical care component, the Long Beach Fire Department, Long Beach Public Health, Long Beach Memorial Medical Center, and St. Mary's Medical Center for helping us provide all kinds of wraparound assistance for these children. So again, been a great honor to be here, and thank you to this city of Long Beach and all of you for supporting this effort. Thank you.
And thank you to UCLA. Also, before I introduce Ilana, who is an amazing leader and just activist, and most importantly, part of a team of attorneys here from Immigrant Defenders, I want to also just thank the community in some other ways. I want to begin by thanking the Long Beach City Council, who unanimously supported this effort. I want to thank our community for donating over 130,000 books and toys to the kids here at the Migrant Shelter. I also want to thank the city and others for donating a variety of other types of things, from backpacks to rosaries, from the aquarium, bringing educational opportunities here at the shelter, to our organizations like the Camerata Singers and Musical Theater West for performing performances and having art available for the kids. Also want to thank the incredible work of the Community Foundation. Together with the Community Foundation's incredible support, they were also able to put together, and the community donated about $250,000 for a variety of these activities for the kids, including gift cards that were given out to children to help with basic needs and food and shelter as they exited the shelter. Want to also note that the one thing that gave us a lot of satisfaction and just a sense of calmness knowing that Immigrant Defenders was here every day. I want to introduce Eliana Mendez, who represents Immigrant Defenders. We've had a chance to work with her greatly, and she's going to talk about the experience of the children.
Thank you, Mayor Garcia. First of all, I want to express our sincere gratitude to the city of Long Beach, to Mayor Garcia, and to the community for being so welcoming to the children that were in this center. Immigrant Defenders Law Center provides legal services to all of the children detained locally in ORR facilities. We were here the very first day that the children arrived to provide Know Your Rights presentations and legal screenings. And we have been here every day since, meeting with the children and assuring them that this community cares about them, that we care about their rights, and that there are people fighting to ensure that their rights are respected. The children who we saw here have come from long, treacherous journeys, fleeing violence, fleeing the effects of climate change as hurricanes devastated some of their countries and communities. They're seeking a better life, many of them joining family members here in the US. Almost 90% of the children that came through Long Beach were reunified with immediate family members, with parents, with siblings, with grandparents and aunts and uncles. They are part of our community, they are part of this country, and we were here to be the first to say, welcome. We are so happy that you are here. And we couldn't have done this work and been a comfort to these children at such an important time without the support of this city, of this community, of the mayor's office. We are so grateful for the partners that have been here with us day after day, serving these children. And while the work that we did inside this facility was so important, the most important part comes next. Now that they are with their families, their immigration proceedings are about to begin. IMDEF, Immigrant Defenders Law Center, will continue fighting for these children's rights. For all of those that are being reunified locally, we will be working with the mayor's office, with the community foundation, with This Is About Humanity, to create an event where we will connect these children with legal services providers and community service providers, education and medical service providers, to ensure that they continue to receive the support from the community now that they are with their families. California and the city of Long Beach is really a model for the country of what this can look like nationwide, how we should be supporting these children who are in such great need of our support and of legal services. And I cannot thank the City of Long Beach and Mayor Garcia enough. It has been a pleasure to be here in Long Beach, serving these children and serving this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A couple closing comments. I'll say something in Spanish also as soon as we conclude. I wanna also note that one of the things that's been incredible to see, if you see some of the art that's here, this is all art that has been created and done by all the kids. And even here, the logo that you see for the actual shelter was actually developed by some of the children here at the shelter. The dresses that you see are actually designed and constructed by some of the children, some of the girls that were here. In fact, these dresses are going to be, I believe, on display at the Latin American Museum of Art, as will some of the other art that the kids have created here in our city. I will tell you that I've had a chance, obviously, to visit on a few occasions and also talk with some of the kids that have been here. And the one thing that I have found just really striking is listening to their stories and how grateful they are to be here and how grateful they are to this country. And I will say that as an immigrant myself, every time I've had a chance to meet one of these kids, you just see a little bit of yourself in every single one of these kids. And I'm just so thankful to the entire team for this incredible work. And at the end of the day, thank you to HHS and the entire staff for operating what I also believe is the model shelter in the country. Both Secretary Becerra and many of our partners have said that the Long Beach shelter became a new standard across the country and that other shelters need to achieve what we've been able to achieve here in Long Beach. As we close, I do want to share that our partnership on this issue doesn't end today. One, we're going to be working and supporting immigrant defenders who are going to be hosting some pretty large event, maybe a couple events, to continue to support these kids on their journey through the immigration process. And so I know I am committed and others are committed to helping immigrant defenders to ensure that these kids continue to get the support and as they go on through their immigration journey, particularly in the legal process. And the second thing I will say is that's a very clear message to those in DC and to Congress that the time for immigration reform and just reform is now. Folks that are here that are undocumented deserve a chance and a pathway to citizenship. The kids that are here, and for no fault of their own, deserve a path to citizenship. Migrants in our community should be welcomed, taken care of, and supported. And as a country, we have to get back to the place that a place that is much more welcoming and remembering that we are all immigrants and that we need to support the people that are here. Everyone here is just a kid and just a human. Let me say something in Spanish briefly, and then I'll answer any questions. Estoy acá para decir en este día en Long Beach que todos los niños, 1,538, ya se están reunificados con sus familias y han salido de acá del centro de convenciones. Nos da mucho orgullo a poder estar acá con ustedes hoy día, sabiendo que todos estos niños que han venido acá a los Estados Unidos sin familia, ahora están con familia, están con tíos o con tías o con madres o padres. También sabemos que ese es un día bien importante para poder decir gracias a todos que están acá, los abogados de Immigrant Defenders, los médicos de UCLA Health, el grupo de la ciudad de Long Beach por su trabajo y también toda la gente que ha trabajado tanto, los profesores, los que están enseñando a los niños todos los días, los que han cocinado la comida, muchas gracias. La comunidad de Long Beach ha agarrado casi 130,000 libros y juguetes, miles y miles de libros y juguetes para los niños que están acá. Nomás muchas gracias a la comunidad. Ahora este centro va a cerrar y vamos a continuar a ayudar a estos niños en otras maneras que vamos a poder hacer. So muchas gracias. Thank you guys very much. Thank you.